Deep in the Amazon, three empires compete for control of a single kingdom. In the air, talons sharper than a grizzly bear's claws.
On the ground, jaws that puncture caiman skulls.
Beneath the water, a body stretching beyond 20 feet. This place has no single ruler. And that is precisely what makes every moment here a negotiation between life and death.
The battle begins from below, where light cannot reach.
Amazon blackwater, tannins from fallen leaves stain entire rivers the color of dark tea. Underwater visibility drops to a few feet. In that darkness, a black shape, longer than 16 feet, lies motionless.
The black Caiman, Melanosuchus niger, the largest member of the entire Alligatoridae family.
Only crimson eyes and two nostrils break the surface. The rest remains fully submerged. "60 million years of evolution have produced a near-perfect design for an ambush predator."
It does not chase its prey. It waits.
A water bird lands 10 feet away. The surface remains perfectly still. The bird steps closer.
Then, in less than half a second, the black caiman erupts from the water.
Its lower jaws snapping shut with enough force to crush bone.
This species was once hunted to the brink of extinction for its glossy black hide.
At one point listed as endangered by the IUCN.
Trade bans and protected reserves pulled them back.
Today, they are classified as least concern. Rare proof that recovery is possible if humans grant enough time. Beneath the surface, the black caiman is not alone.
The red-bellied piranha, Pygocentrus natereri, a fish that the black caiman itself consumes,
plays an entirely different role when blood enters the current.
Each piranha measures just 8 to 14 inches long.
Alone, they pose no threat.
In a school, teeth packed tight as razor blades, each bite tearing away a strip of flesh.
They are not the river's most fearsome hunters. They are the sanitation crew. Clearing carcasses, recycling nutrients, keeping the river from becoming a graveyard.
black caimans eat piranhas.
Piranhas clean the remains that black caimans leave behind. In the Amazon's dark waters, enemy and ally are often the same creature. The black caiman rules through patience.
The next species rules through numbers.
The giant otter, Pteronura brasiliensis, reaching nearly 6 feet in length, weighing up to 70 pounds.
The largest mustelid on Earth.
At first glance, they resemble an oversized, endearing version of a common otter.
Appearances deceive.
This is one of the most organized hunting units on the planet.
Each family group comprises 5 to 8 members, employing over 22 distinct vocalizations.
Warning hisses, rallying howls, location-confirming calls.
A communication network more sophisticated than many human military units.
When hunting fish, they deploy a biological encirclement tactics, cerco biologico.
The entire group fans out in a line, driving fish into shallow water.
Then picks them off one by one.
Each individual consumes 7 to 9 pounds of fish daily. Teeth crush fish bones within seconds. Efficient, ruthless, and entirely systematic.
Then one afternoon, the otter pack encounters a dark shape beneath the surface.
A black caiman. The reptile stretches 3 times the length of any pack member. A single otter screams.
The alarm call carries across the river's surface.
The entire pack pivots, abandoning the fish hunt.
Shifting into a confrontation formation.
This is not an attack. This is collective intimidation.
The pack against the individual.
The circle of the Caiman, shrieking, splashing, charging forward, then retreating. The black Caiman withdraws.
Not from fear, but because a minor wound in these bacterial-rich waters could kill it more slowly than any enemy.
Giant otters win through tactics, not through brute strength.
In Colombia's Amazon, the organized army defeats the solitary warrior. A giant otter now faces an enemy that no tactic can counter: mercury. Over 200 tons from illegal gold mining pour into the rivers each year.
Accumulating in fish, and from fish into the otters' bodies.
The IUCN lists them as endangered. The population continues to decline. The water empire holds 2 powers: a patient ambush predator and an organized army.
Both control the river in their own way.
On the bank, a golden shape, marked with black rosettes, watches. And at once the very prey that both sides are fighting over. Share your thoughts with Gaia Docs in the comments below.
In the confrontation between the giant otter pack and the black caiman, which side truly holds the advantage?
Share your thoughts with Gaia Docs in the comments below.
Along the riverbank, where mangrove roots weave into a labyrinth. A herd of heavy-set creatures grazes near the water, completely unaware they are being watched from every direction.
The water already has its masters.
So does the land.
To understand why all of them fight, one must first understand what all of them want.
In the capybara, the largest rodent on Earth.
£145, over 4 feet long.
A walking mass of protein that no predator in the Amazon can ignore. They live in herds of 10 to 40 along the riverbanks.
Grazing on grass, soaking in the water to regulate body temperature.
Clicking sounds and short whistles. That is their language.
Simple, efficient, and fast enough to transmit danger signals.
Partially webbed feet grant them surprising speed underwater.
When threatened, a capybara can dive and hold its breath for up to 5 minutes.
Vanishing entirely from a predator's sight.
Safe? Not quite. Beneath the surface, a black caiman waits. On the bank, a green anaconda lies coiled among the roots.
On dry ground, the jaguar shark has already taken its position.
A capybara flees into the water to escape the jaguar and meets the black caiman. It scrambles ashore to escape the caiman and faces the giant serpent. Nowhere is safe.
This is not a weakness. This is their ecological role.
The capybara is the common currency of Colombia's Amazon. The resource every predator requires.
Without capybaras, jaguars lose their primary food source on land.
Black caimans lose their largest aquatic prey.
Green anacondas lose their prime riverside ambush target. The power triangle collapses. And now the 3 vertices of that triangle reveal themselves, one by one.
The green anaconda, Eunectes murinus, the heaviest snake on Earth, needs no speed.
It needs invisibility. Stretching 20 to 30 feet long, most of its body lies submerged in swamp water. Only the eyes and two nostrils break the surface, nearly indistinguishable from a rotting log.
A capybara approaches the water's edge to drink.
The surface lies flat and still. No sign of danger. Then the water explodes. Rear-curving teeth sink into the prey's hide, not to kill, but to hold. Muscular coils wrap around the capybara's ribcage, tightening after every exhale. Not crushing, preventing the next breath. A capybara surfaces for air. The anaconda pulls it back under. The rest of the herd flees. Minutes later, stillness returns. The anaconda begins the process of swallowing. The lower jaw detaches from the upper, stretching until the prey disappears entirely. The capybara has not yet been digested when a dark shape approaches from downstream. A black caiman. It has caught the scent of blood. The two largest aquatic predators face each other at the swamp's edge. The anaconda has just fed sluggish and vulnerable. The black caiman assesses the situation. Both retreat. Not from peace, but because a serious wound here, where tropical bacteria thrive in every pool of standing water, could turn. The rivalry between green anaconda and black caiman is an underground war. Never erupting into open battle, decided instead by territory, timing, and body size. A green anaconda lies coiled among the roots. Not from peace, but because a serious wound here, where tropical bacteria thrive in every pool of standing water, could turn through the mid-story, up to where sunlight finally breaks through. A power exists that neither the jaguar nor the black caiman can reach. It does not dwell in the water. Not on the ground. It resides above, where even the green anaconda is nothing more than a useless rope. The Third Empire belongs neither to the land nor to the river. It belongs to the sky. At 130 feet above the forest floor, where the canopy opens into an endless green plateau. A pair of wings spanning over 7 feet glides past in near total silence. The harpy eagle, Harpia harpyia, sovereign of the Amazon canopy. Talons 5 inches long,
matching the claws of a North American grizzly bear.
Mounted on a body that is agile and swift among the densest foliage. This is no eagle of the open savanna.
The harpy eagle is a predator of confined spaces.
Threading between branches, changing direction in a heartbeat. Striking from above. Their nests span up to 5 feet across.
Built atop the tallest emergent trees.
Each pair raises just one chick every 2 to 3 years.
One chick, over 3 years.
Every surviving adult carries immense value for the species.
Every destroyed nest delivers a blow the population needs decades to absorb.
The IUCN lists them as vulnerable.
They require vast, continuous, unbroken tracts of primary forest. Lose the forest, lose the harpy eagle.
A group of creatures swings from tree to tree at astonishing speed.
The spider monkey, Ateles, the primary canopy prey, alongside sloths.
20 pounds. With one peculiar anatomical trait.
The thumb is virtually non-existent.
The hand functions as a natural grappling hook.
4 elongated fingers, curving inward, fully specialized for brachiation.
A prehensile tail, 31 inches long, functions as a 5th hand.
Strong enough to support the entire body weight while bridging gaps of several feet between branches.
They live in a fission-fusion social structure.
20 to 30 individuals never gather at a single location simultaneously.
Instead, they split into smaller groups, constantly moving, constantly reshuffling membership, making it impossible for predators to predict their location.
That is not merely a tactic. That is the architecture of survival.
Spider monkeys also serve as architects of the forest itself. A fruit-based diet. From above, keen eyes sweep the canopy below.
Movement detected. Movement detected.
The entire group reacts in under 1 second. Releasing branches, dropping to a lower tier, diving into the densest section of canopy, where the eagle's broad wings cannot follow. The harpy eagle adjusts its dive angle.
Talons extending 5 inches of biological steel, targeting the back of the nearest monkey.
The outcome hinges on a fraction of a second. Talons strike skin before the monkey vanishes into the foliage, and the hunt is over. Atop the canopy of Colombia's Amazon, the duel between talons and grappling hook hands plays out every day.
Silent, swift, and rarely witnessed.
From the blackwater depths to the highest canopy, every layer has its own ruler. Every layer has its own laws. All of them depend on a single thing in this forest.
Each year, Colombia loses between 300,000 and 430,000 acres of forest.
Cattle ranching, coca cultivation, illegal gold mining. The Colombian Amazon alone has lost nearly 4,200,000 acres in the first 2 decades of the 21st century. That is not an abstract figure.
That is Jaguar territory severed.
Giant otter rivers poisoned.
Spider monkey canopy erased.
The jaguar's migration corridor along the Magdalena Valley has been nearly completely severed.
When the forest fragments, the power triangle ceases to exist.
Jaguars cannot hunt caimans without riverside forest. Black caimans cannot recover in mercury-poisoned rivers. Green anacondas lose their prime riverside ambush target.
Each empire that falls drags another down with it.
That is the nature of the triangle. Lose one vertex, and the entire structure shatters.
Thank you for joining Gaia Docs through the black waters of Colombia's Amazon.
The natural world still holds countless stories waiting to be told.
If you have not yet subscribed, now is the perfect time.
We will see you on the next journey.